What's up, everyone? So for this video, I'm doing a first impressions commentary video about the Elder Scrolls Online. So this is the beta, one of the big betas for Elder Scrolls Online. This is the weekend of February 28th and March 1st. So there's about 3 days where a lot of beta invites were sent out. So here I am in the beta. I was in the beta about a year ago as well, but that was when the NDA was enforced, and so I couldn't talk about the game. And all I gotta say is that the game has come a long way. It's a lot more polished. It's not as polished as WoW. Like, it's not gonna be at that state of just superior smoothness that WoW has. I mean, this is coming from someone that's been a multi-gladiator and done a lot of other like high-level WoW stuff. So I'm really looking forward to Elder Scrolls Online because I think it has that potential to be a really fun game in the sense of just having a great atmosphere and maybe being really competitive for PvPers like me. I'm an avid PvPer, and having maybe, I'm not so sure about the PvE. We'll see how it goes. I mean, it's going to be pretty tough with the PvE. I don't know much about it. I kind of don't have much knowledge about the game. That's why this is kind of like a first impressions video. And I'll put a more thorough video with more information later on in the weekend about the Elder Scrolls Online. But I'm really excited for it. I'll probably do videos for this game as well because there is add-ons that you can have, right? And I think it's LUA based add-ons, which is like moon based scripting used in WoW add-ons and stuff like that. So I might develop a few of those, since I would like to make some mods. You know, I haven't had any like big ideas for mods for Skyrim, and I didn't really know how to program when I first started making videos and playing Skyrim, but now I do. So I want to make a couple of mods for Elder Scrolls Online, which would be just called add-ons, you know, interface-based stuff. So yeah, this game has a lot of potential. PvP is going to be pretty exciting. There's a lot of abilities that seem really overpowered. I'll demonstrate a few of them. For anyone that's played a lot of World of Warcraft, there's no global cooldown really. You're just limited by your resources, so you have your health, obviously, that runs out, you die. You have your stamina, which I think is always related to abilities you can use with your weapon, right? So that's the green bar, like in Skyrim you have the green bar. You don't lose any stamina for just swinging your weapon or doing like a heavy swing, like so. But you do lose it when you use an ability that requires stamina. So, and then you have Magicka related abilities. So, I am a Dragon Knight, which is kind of like a spell sword. I'll admit, I'm not very good at this game. Like, I'm still learning the ropes, and it's a little clunky in the combat area in this beta. I've heard that's a lot better in the other releases, because this is about like maybe like a month or two old build. But game's pretty promising combat-wise. Just there's 3 main resources that you have, so that could lead to a little bit of an imbalance in how PvP is. It's probably going to be more like an FPS, like COD is, like where it's just, or I guess a better example would be more like Dota 2. Like Dota 2, there's a bunch of heroes and they have certain abilities that are just straight up overpowered, you know. So they're kind of like following that same design philosophy of just have everything be disgustingly overpowered and just kind of work with that. So maybe that's what they're going to do for Elder Scrolls Online PvP. So anyways, enough of that. I don't really know anything about PvP because I haven't actually PvP'd yet, because this guy's only like a level 6 dude. Yeah, level 6. I got him outfitted in some sweet Nordic iron armor. I don't know if this is what everyone looks like when they have iron armor. It's just the iron armor that I crafted. The crafting is pretty intuitive. Can't really go wrong with it. It's kind of like Skyrim. You get some basic materials that you can gather in the real world, but then you have to buy some like gems or whatever to make the kind of type of armor it is. I guess I could show it later, maybe in a more thorough video. But the crafting is pretty straightforward. Usually it starts out with you gathering materials out in the real world, and then you have to buy other reagents from a NPC. Let's do a little bit more exploring, so I've kind of hung out in the same area here. So yeah, this guy's level 6 dude. He's a Dragon Knight, which means that, here's an example of me getting some gathering. Oh yeah, check that out. Yeah, so this guy's a level 6 Dragon Knight. It's like a spell sword, but kind of more on the two-hander heavy armor side of spell sword. But this is Elder Scrolls Online, so I mean, I could be having like a destruction staff or something. Like I can just have a restoration staff, which would just heal people, I think, as my main weapon. Or I could have 2 swords, or a sword and shield. So the playstyles definitely gives a lot of room for diversity, but I think some builds will surface to be more overpowered than others. So, and if you're wondering how big the world is, it's massive. This is just a quick look. Like, I've been in this area the whole time, and it, you know, from I ran like from this little city here out to here. It took like a full 2 or 3 minutes just straight running, maybe more than that actually. But it's a pretty solid map size. This is just one of the zones. There's, I think, about 15 or 20 other zones that are this size or more. Cyrodiil is massive. It's about as big as the Oblivion game, I think. Let's go ahead and pull that up, actually. Yeah. Map. Man, I don't know what a map is. Here we go. So here's Cyrodiil, right? Here's up where, I think, is this Coral or Cheydinhal over here? I don't know, I can't remember. But it's massive. It's very big. So that's just Cyrodiil. That's where all the factions will fight to try to get land, I guess. Also, where am I going? This is not the way I wanted to go. I want to go this way. What else to talk about? Let's see. The combat's pretty fun. It's it starts off a little slow, but it gets better. It's not as bad as Final Fantasy XIV. Final Fantasy XIV was awful. I played that for 2 months or so before I quit. Mainly because I didn't have any friends playing it, and I was just busy with school and stuff. Why did I take my weapon out? Guess someone healed me or something. Anyways, the combat starts off a little slow, but then it picks up, like around, you know, probably 2 hours into the game to about the regular pace of MMOs. And you just have a lot more freedom than you do. You have a lot more freedom in this game than any other MMO that I think other MMOs have had. Whatever that is supposed to mean. What I'm trying to say is that you have a lot more freedom to like customize your character. You're not just... It's not pick a class, you know. It seems like they have a little bit more diversity with the weapon types. Being whatever you want, wear whatever armor you want. So, one thing to note about the crafting thing that's like a minor gripe of mine is that if you go to this node here and you loot it, anyone else around you, other players, it'll disappear for them as well. So it's kind of like World of Warcraft, where if you mine something, then that node will disappear for other players that are nearby. That was one thing about Final Fantasy XIV that I liked. You didn't have to compete over resources. I think Guild Wars does that too. But in this game, it is nice where if you just like tag a monster by attacking it, you'll get that experience bit, or it's not, you can't tap monsters, you know, like you just can't just run around and tag or tap monsters and get everything from them. You get whatever you kind of contribute to it. Or so, you know, if someone's killing a monster, you help them out, you also get some money. You're just not helping them for free, you're getting something out of it too. So that's nice. That's a pretty modern feature I think a lot of people follow. So, I'm just kind of wandering around right now, just kind of exploring. World is pretty open. And you can jump, there's a rolling mechanic, a dodge mechanic, like that, use a stamina. I don't know if you can dodge backwards, I don't think you can. It's not like a backwards dodge like in Dark Souls. But yeah, I'll definitely get a video out here later on that has a little bit more refined points, like just pros and cons, just straight up telling you, do you want to buy this game or not? Should you be interested in this game or not? Should you follow this game or not? Should you pre-order this game or not? You know, but right now I'm pretty much sold on it. It's really fun. I haven't had this much fun in a multiplayer game in a long time. Not even like an MMO wise, like, you know, Final Fantasy XIV, I played that for, you know, a couple months. It was more like a month and a half, and just I just couldn't really get into it. But this game I definitely could get into right off the bat. It also helps that I just love the Elder Scrolls universe, so have that going for me. So yeah, anyways, just keep an eye out for that video. That video will be out probably in a day or two. So anyways, thanks for watching this video, and yeah, until next time, see ya.